Wandering in the desert, a lesson in trust. Manna, miracles, and murmuring. One of the most important storylines in the entirety of the Bible is the account of the Israelites' wilderness journey after they were freed from slavery in Egypt. In no way is it merely a chronicle of a nation's journey toward a promised inheritance or their long and arduous struggle away from slavery. A spiritual environment, a furnace where the heart of a people is tried and sculpted. The desert becomes more than just a physical location. It becomes a spiritual landscape. A tremendous deliverance occurs for the Israelites after they have been held in servitude for ages. God's strong hand breaks the chains of Pharaoh via plagues and wonders, and the people walk through the Red Sea on dry ground. This marks the beginning of the end. One can hear the triumph of their liberation reverberating in song as they worship the God who has led them out of captivity by miraculous signs and miracles. In spite of this, the harshness of the environment starts to press down on them very soon after they have been rescued. A lack of food is present. There is no water present. There is no let-up in the temperature. The pain in their feet worsens. Ironically, the memory of Egypt begins to feel like a source of comfort, while the promise of Canaan appears to be far away and uncertain. Despite the fact that they are free, they do not yet understand how to live on their own. The path that lies ahead is not a straight one, but rather a wandering one, consisting of years of movement that are more characterized by circles than by progress. Fear, pride, impatience, and most importantly, a profound issue with trust are revealed by the wilderness, which reveals what was concealed beneath the surface of their holiday celebration. In the shape of manna, which is a peculiar and foreign food that rises every morning with the dew, God's provision of sustenance comes from heaven. It is miraculous, but it is also very easy. In no way is it excessive, but it is sufficient. It is necessary to collect it on a daily basis, teaching them that the source of provision is not from accumulating it, but rather from doing so in a dependent manner on a regular basis. There are some people who find this lesson to be too challenging to embrace. They gather more than they ought to because they are attempting to meet the requirements of tomorrow without having confidence. They wake up to discover that the food they had been hoarding had gone bad. On the day that they are supposed to rest, some people go out because they are hesitant to accept that they can stop and still be sustained. This rhythm of provision was never solely concerned with the provision of food. What was at stake was the formation of a people who do not base their lives on what they are able to see or control, but rather on what is bestowed upon them by God minute by minute. When we get the gift of manna every day, it becomes an invitation to trust every day. Trust, on the other hand, appears to be fragile. There is no guarantee that faith will be produced by miracles. Even when they have witnessed the sea part and their adversaries fall, the people who have seen these things still find it difficult to trust that God is genuinely for them when they are experiencing thirst or when the journey is getting longer. They are complaining. It is a question. They accuse. They grumble not only against Moses, but against God himself. In their murmuring, we hear the ache of people who would rather return to slavery than walk the uncertain path of freedom. This murmuring is more than dissatisfaction. It is rebellion in disguise. It is the voice of hearts that cannot rest unless they are in control. The irony is piercing. They long for the food of Egypt, even though it came with chains. They would rather have predictability and bondage than faith in the wilderness. But God is not deterred by their complaints. He listens. He responds. Sometimes he disciplines, but always with the goal of restoration. He gives water from a rock. He brings quail to answer their cries for meat. He continues to lead them by cloud and by fire, a steady and unshakable presence, even when they do not acknowledge it. And so the desert becomes a place of divine patience. The people are slow to trust, but God is slow to anger. The journey that could have taken weeks stretches into 40 years, not because the path was long, but because the transformation of the people required time. The wilderness delays are not punishment alone, they are preparation. Before the people can inherit a land of promise, they must learn to live as people of promise. They must be stripped of Egypt, not just in body, but in soul. The mentality of slavery must give way to the mindset of sonship. This story echoes across generations because it is not only about them, it is about us. We too know what it is to walk in deserts, places where we feel spiritually dry, emotionally weary, or materially uncertain. We know what it means to wait, to hunger, to question, and to wrestle with the seeming silence of heaven. We know how easy it is to forget past miracles when today's needs feel overwhelming. We too long for what is familiar, even if it was destructive, because trust is terrifying. And yet the same God who was present in the wilderness then is present in our wilderness now. He still provides, not always in the ways we expect or prefer, but always with enough. He still leads, perhaps not with fire and cloud, but with quiet convictions, gentle nudges, and unwavering presence. He still invites us to gather what we need for today, to stop striving, to trust that there will be manna again tomorrow. He still exposes our murmuring, not to shame us, but to teach us where our hearts have turned away and to draw us back to the safety of surrender. The desert teaches that God is not merely a deliverer who acts in moments of crisis. He is a sustainer who walks with us through the long, ordinary days. The absence of dramatic miracles does not mean he is absent. Often, it is in the hidden, consistent provisions that his faithfulness shines most clearly. The question the wilderness presses upon us is not simply whether we believe in God, but whether we trust him when the promise is not yet visible, when the provision is unfamiliar, and when the path is longer than we hoped. The Israelites did not pass every test, and neither do we. But the story does not end in failure. There is mercy in the wandering. There is grace in the dry places. There is a God who remains steadfast even when his people are not. The desert is not the destination. It is the proving ground, the sacred space where trust is forged, not in abundance, but in dependence. And every morning, with the dew, he still sends manna, not because we have earned it, but because he is good. In every wilderness, we are given a choice, to murmur or to trust. One leads us in circles, the other leads us forward. The path of faith is rarely easy, but the God who walks it with us has never failed yet. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.